So Laurence, I want to zoom in on Life Beyond Labels. I understand it wasn't originally called Life Beyond Labels. How did it start?
I think it started with the only domain name I could find for a website, which was Life Without Labels, and I decided to go with it. But I was never comfortable with the name Life Without Labels. The problem in the world today is not labels themselves, but attitude towards labels. And if I could help people change their attitude towards labeling, then perhaps our world would be a much more beautiful world to live in.
I'm with you. In my work as a coach, people often come to me and of course people will be labelled and have all sorts of ideas themselves. Some of the labels, of course, we need in life, don't we, so that we understand what something's called, otherwise we'd have no language. But the problem, as you indicate, is that very often those labels become stuck on us, and the label, just like on a pot of jam, doesn't necessarily describe what's actually inside of the jam itself. And what we, of course, were exploring in our conversations was the nature of life and how life can be fluid once we were able to look beyond the label itself.
You know how, when you're walking in a park, walking by the sea, river, wherever it might be, that's the time you allow your mind to become quiet and you just take in the beauty around. But this is when the brain loves to be. It's what helps the brain make its best decisions or choices.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, because at that point everything's just is absolutely fluent before the noise overtakes us. So this is why we were exploring a lot of the power of silence, isn't it? We really talked a lot about silence. In fact, we were absolutely silent. So in that space we were able to see the labels and to be far more mindful about the nature of life and the events of life, and being able to move far more smoothly and fluidly with life rather than being completely consumed and stuck with those particular kind of labels.
The idea of Life Beyond Labels was a place where people could go and bring simplicity back into their lives by writing on walls. What Life Beyond Labels is all about is about writing on bricks on a wall, and then being able to have a much clearer idea of what is going on in their lives.
And is the hope, as with yourself, is that people may well get to a point whereby actually their need or their interest in certain labels altogether will gently dissolve, as can happen? Is that your hope, that many people will find that actually the labels are not particularly of any concern, and they might well just have a clear wall and a clear life?
I think it will not only help them, but it will help others if they have a clear understanding of their own labels. This can be infectious, and other people will suddenly realise that they too can look at labels, or the way they've labelled before, under a different light.
Yeah. So what we're really talking about is the relationship to labels. The labels will always be there. Our own issues, our own emotions will always be there. But the relationship can change, and the relationship can be one that's rich.
If you would look at Life Beyond Labels now, you will see a wall with 15 sections. One describes people and what people are. There's another one about parenting, which takes you through the role of being a good parent. There's now another one about children from a child's point of view. Again, there's something there for teenagers and young people who may have difficulty with their labels. Then there's this whole thing about culture and making use of the arts, the whole spectrum of the arts as being therapeutic. It's about you finding something that works for you. Excellent. Whatever it might be.
Excellent. Well, I invite lots of people to take a look at the website and see if it's again useful for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.